Okay, got a little bit of a late start. A little bit of a late start today because I left the computer on autoplay and I had to go downstairs and shut off the music. It was so loud, it was causing reverberation. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to certainly going to get one more sheet down of plywood. I'm going to countersink the holes in this black phenolic resin board, which is more garbage that they sold me in the Philippines, because I'll show you the edges of the board that's on top. The edge is a month old and it's already flipping up a lot, not the whole edge. The stuff they sell you here, the building materials, it's just garbage. I mean, I've bought phenolic board or the equivalent in America, and you leave it outside on a roof exposed to the weather for 15, 20 years, and it doesn't blow apart like this stuff does, with no protection on it in America. Just sun, summer sun, April rains, winter snow. Just exterior CDX plywood will last 20 years. Well, the stuff they sold us in the 70s. The stuff they sell here, if you left any piece of plywood, I don't care. The phenolic resin board is supposed to be waterproof and good for putting. It's garbage. It's garbage with a fancy name. And if I didn't paint the edge, the whole board would have blew apart back several inches from the edge of the wood. So I'm going to get one of those sheets down. I'm going to have to reseal the edge again, plane off the flipped up edge, or prepare, put it someplace where it can be planed off after I install it. But the stuff they sell you here, the building materials, are just garbage. All of it. It doesn't matter what you buy. I'll give you a for instance. I'll give you a different for instance. I have polyurethane or polypropylene rope, polypropylene. My dad got off a tugboat in the year 75, 80, like that. We had rolls of it. He took a spool of 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/8, and 1/2 inch, a spool of each. And we hung it up in the rafters in the basement. Anytime we needed a piece of polypropylene rope, we would go and cut a piece of that off. And I don't know, there might have been 500 feet on each roll. Then when that ran out, eventually, he would get another one until he retired. But the stuff that I have right here is upwards of 50 years old. And it's been in the sun up on this roof deck for 2.5 years, in the sun. And it hasn't deteriorated. But the stuff I bought here 2.5 years ago to finish what I didn't have in Dad's polypropylene rope, it disintegrated. So I'll show you a piece of mine, and then I'll show you a piece of theirs. Okay? This is the polypropylene rope that I took out of my dad's house that's upwards of 50 years old. 50 years old. And it's been up on it was the rope that cordoned off the top of the container that I put little pieces of cloth on. Hopefully you see that before you walk off the roof. And now I'll show you a piece of 2.5-year-old polypropylene from the Philippines. That's been in the sun. I don't think it's been in the sun for 2.5 years. And depending on what you can see, if you could see the texture of this rope, if you could see the texture, you could see it's all frayed. Now, how it broke is I pulled on it like this. I just went like this and pulled it apart. This should not be possible to pull this much rope apart. But because it was in the sun, like an old milk carton that you pick up and it crushes in your hand, the plastic has become hard and brittle and has lost its strength. So I'll show it to you again. This is a 1/8 inch strand of a three strand rope, and I'm going to put it between my fingers. Not that one, didn't break. I'll try this one. Nope, not that one. Made a liar out of me. First one broke though, right? Okay, well, the way it did break, and this is the piece that broke off. The way it did break is that this part that was exposed to the sun had no strength in it. But when I pulled on this rope to see if it had any strength when it was still wrapped around a vertical column, it broke. So when I put my body weight on it, it broke. Of course, my body weight is a considerable amount more than this. Nope, not that one. Oh boy, it got stronger overnight. Not that one. Ha. Well, anyway, it shouldn't have broke because this is all stranded. This is 50 years old. I used it in Florida. I used it when I had on my barge, and I used it here in the sun. And this stayed directly in the sun for 2.5 years. So just everything they sell you here is designed to, I have said this hundreds of times. Everything they make in China and ship to the Philippines is designed to fail or break in 3 years. Everything. This plywood, if I didn't paint it from 3 months ago, I would be throwing it out right now. The rope that's 3 years old, it just disintegrated. I would not, the rest of that rope, I would not use for anything other than to tie up the tarpaulins. Nothing. I wouldn't use it for anything that you had to pick or drop down lower off the roof. It's garbage. And the problem is you can't see that it's deteriorated. So everything, the polyphenolic, the phenolic plywood, I told you that they make the glue in China so that the termites enjoy the taste and the flavor of the glue. I'm not kidding you. I could take you inside my container and show you piles of new termite sawdust that's only in the container 4 months. The termites enjoy eating the glue that they put in both the marine plywood and the phenolic plywood. They're doing this on purpose because I have plywood from America that the termites won't touch. Not I don't know how to make you people understand that China is doing this on purpose so that every 3 or 4 years you have to rebuy whatever you bought. The termites eat everything that's sold from China. Everything. The plywood, the flake board, paneling, everything that comes from China, they use the same glue and the termites love it. So I'll show you the flipped up edge. I think, let me put my glasses on. I think I could do that. Now, I'm gonna go. Michael Sevilla, I don't know that you were here yesterday or not. I am no longer responding to comments, anybody's comment. If I don't know you personally, if you're not a member of my PayPal or Patreon account, no longer am I responding to anybody's comments. Nothing personal, never was. But to waste my time to talk to people I don't know who you are, I go out and spend hundreds of thousands of pesos on equipment so that I can bring these videos to people. And then I give you my lifelong learned skills. And all you give me is commentary that takes my time away from work. So it would be great if you just watched and never commented again. I don't know who you are. Like I said, you're not a personal friend. Nothing personal. I'm just not going to spend any time responding to comments. Thank you. Goodbye and good day. Okay, is this the sheet? If anybody has a problem with that, report me to YouTube. Or just go away and don't watch my videos. But don't forget to give me a thumbs down, because I don't care. I never cared, and I'm never going to care. I have so had it with you pieces of worthless commentaries that you ask me, how's my leg? How's Daisy? How's this? Good morning. You're taking the time away from me to do actual work and blogs. I seriously mean it, Michael. I don't know who you are. I had people spend the last 3-4 days buttering me up with nice comments, just like you, only to turn out to be a troll yesterday. So have a nice life, Michael. Don't care if you come back. Don't care if you push the thumbs up. Don't care if you push the thumbs down. Like I said, anybody that's not helping me buy new equipment financially, anybody I don't know personally, anybody I've not had personal conversations with, no longer will those comments from anybody be responded to. Must be the bottom sheet. I had a guy named Ancient Derek. I knew he was a troll as soon as I saw his name. But he spent 4 days buttering me up and talking to me, saying nice things, commenting, just like you, Michael. Just like you. Just like you, I don't know who he was. Just like you, I don't know who you are. And then on the 4th day, he attacked me. So, have a nice life. Okay. All right, so I think the next thing I'll do is I'll look for that flipped up piece of lumber. And, and again, I asked you not to comment, not to say thank you, not to say please, not to make an excuse. I asked you not to comment. Please don't comment. And he does it anyway. That's trolling me. Okay? Now, it's not paranoia if I ask you to do something and you don't do it. But I also explained to you clear as day, if you're not helping me with my endeavor to buy equipment, to buy the cell phone, 75,000 pesos, to buy a new computer, if you're not helping me financially to make my project be successful, then all you're doing is taking away my life energy and time to do what I want to do. So please don't respond. And if you respond again in any way, shape, or form, another comment from you, gone. I'll go downstairs, punch the block forever button. You don't listen. That's the problem with you people. I'm trying to get something accomplished here, and you're taking away from my valuable time to do the work itself. Again, I don't know you. You've never helped me in any way, shape, or form. Do you have a channel with a playlist with 50 of Michael Fazio's videos where you send them to Facebook? And you don't do anything like that. Get off the channel or watch and don't respond. Think I'm kidding. I don't understand you people. You come here just to break my balls. I asked you don't respond. If you worked for me and I said don't say another word, and you said another word, I'd fire you. You don't work for me, unfortunately, but I can block you. And I'm not kidding. You're a fan of my construction videos. But how have you helped me buy computer equipment or anything? How have you helped me other than, oh, yeah, I like your videos? Hey, go someplace else. Enjoy the view. Really, go someplace else. I'm not kidding you. People say, oh, Fazio's lost his mind. No, you people are taking away the time that I could be doing construction. I only left the comments open for like 7 or 8 people, and you're not one of them. As far as I know, you're not a PayPal contributor. You're not a Patreon member. You've never super chatted me. You're just a name on the screen. No offense, but that's all you are, is a name on the screen. And if I see your name pop up on the screen one more time, I'm going downstairs to block you. For good. Now, let's turn this around. I'll blow off the roof over there, which that I can do. What do I want to do with that? I want to get this stuff off the roof. People, I'm a fan of, and you're not helping me in any way. You're taking away the time that I could be doing something more constructive, and you know it. You know I'm right. Oh, I came here to say, oh, I like your. Hey, go someplace else. Simple. Okay, now I did bring up the hammer. Right, let me get rid of this shit here. Pieces of shit that you people are. I'm gonna just reiterate a little bit more information than I didn't say before. You're a fan of mine. I'm gonna tell you what I spent on equipment this year. 2 GoPro cameras, 80,000 pesos with the batteries. And this cell phone, 75,000 pesos. What the have you contributed to my channel? Nothing. I should charge you for my time. Nothing have you contributed. Not a damn penny. Nothing. And if I spent all the hours that I spent talking to you worthless commenters, I would have probably 150 hours more work done. So get off the channel. Don't comment. And that'll be the last time I mention you. I like your construction videos. Hey, show me how you like it. Show me how much you like it. Push the thumbs down and get the hell out of here. And there's a couple of people out there. Oh, Fazio's crazy. I'm not crazy, you worthless fucking people on YouTube. I'm not crazy. You're taking away my time to do my job. Can I go on your fucking job and ask you questions all day? Jesus Christ, you people are that stupid. Are you drunk? Are you on some kind of psychedelic drugs? Can people go to your job and talk to you all day? And then you get valuable information from me. And what's it worth to you? Not a fucking penny. There would be one exception to the rule. And that guy has a channel that starts out with LEE. Today, anyway. And probably tomorrow. So, Lee, if you're here, you're welcome to say hello. Because of what you did yesterday. Hey, Scott. I can't do that from up here, but thank you. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. And I can't change the things around that I wanted to change. So the reason I'm wearing a hard hat is because I'm underneath that part of the tree that drops little pieces of wood from time to time, every day, from time to time. Okay, so what I'm doing is, Scott, I'm cleaning up this lumber because even though this is a piece of round lumber, it might look useless, but this lumber was the lumber that was the cribbing for the jet ski for 3 years, 2.5 years, and it didn't rot. So that means, and it didn't get eaten by termites. So that means that it's a viable piece of lumber to use again. And the other lumber, I'm pulling the nails out of it so that I can use it for various purposes on the property. So I'm going to get the last of the long boards that need to be cleaned and put them up on top of the table. Now, some of this stuff is has no strength to it at all. It's been eaten by termites or dry rotted, like a piece like this here. So this piece will go to the lady that you see cleaning up around here, my landlord, who does it because she likes to stay in shape. 75 years old, and she still goes around and sweeps up the leaves and at the end of the day or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I will give this to her, and she will use this for cooking because it's very dry. Even though it's rotted, it's perfect for using on a cooking on the. She still cooks with a wood stove. Now that piece is downstairs. got one more piece to clean up, and then I'm going to go put a piece of plywood on the deck. And I think I'll trim some of these boards down the rotten edges off of them before I go do the plywood. Because right now the sun is hot, but it's not full intensity where I am. It's probably only a little over 100 degrees here in the sun. Laura, mein guten Tag. This is what I mean about this lumber being so rotted you could break it with your hands. I just broke this piece in half with my hands. Watch. See, it's a piece of wood, and now I broke it in half. That's rotted from the inside. You got to be real careful when you're using used lumber. You got to know how it feels and what it sounds like when you're using it again. If you're using it for anything structural, super careful. A lot of it is still good. You could use it again, but a lot of it's been rotted from the inside or has termites, and you can feel the density of the lumber if you know what you're looking for. Okay, chainsaw, cut ends, and make a little bit of cooking wood for my landlord. Okay, I'm going to see if Scott or any of my real friends have anything to say. And I'll show you another piece of wood that's rotted from the inside. See this piece here? Well, let me check to see if maybe Scott has something else to do. Johnny Adriel. There's one of my original friends that I'd always be happy to answer for 7 or 8 years. Thank you for stopping by, Johnny Adriel. Thank you very much. I may have deleted a comment. Questions don't get answered unless you have helped my channel in a financial fiduciary way. Super Chat is no longer available. Patreon, which you'll have to ask me special permission for, or PayPal. Otherwise, questions will not be addressed. No questions from anybody. As far as I'm considered, you're all trolls. And if you want to go report me, report me. Report me, I say. Who the hell are you to stop my work progress to answer your worthless questions? Like I said, if you're not helping me financially, don't ask me questions. Okay? My time is worth money. If you can't learn, if you haven't listened to my previous live streams where all these questions were addressed, and you want to just see your name up on lights, go someplace else. Seriously, go someplace else. Seriously, go someplace else. Seriously. Seriously, I said. Seriously. I'm under no obligation to answer anybody's questions or take time away from my work, especially to do it for free. So any of you low-life scumbag commenters, have any of you ever went to work for free? I'm teaching you more shit than anybody else on YouTube, and you want it all for free. Well, have you ever gone to your job and said, look, boss, you've been a good boss. I'm going to work for the next 2 weeks, because that's what it would take me to answer all the comments, 2 weeks a month. I'm going to work for the next 2 weeks for free for you. You people are a trip, man. You pay for the internet, you pay for television, you pay for your cell phone, you pay for football, you pay for basketball, but you don't want to pay me for my construction knowledge. And I don't want to answer your questions for free. How's that for an honest answer? Not only is it honest, but it's accurate. I'm a reasonable guy. If you want a question answered, $100 to my PayPal account, and submit your questions to Michael Fazio at hoodwinkedbyangel.com. Ha! I make myself laugh. I do. I should charge $100 per question. That's a reasonable sum of money, considering if you had to wait to get those answers from anybody else in the Philippines, you could wait till for the rest of your natural life. $100 questions. Here you go. Have a nice day. Uh-oh. $100 questions. Step right up. $100 questions. And I'm going to tell you, some piece of shit named Ancient Derek screwed it up for all of you yesterday because he spent 4 days buttering me up. You're the best. Oh, you're a good blogger. I love your content. I love your... And then he trolled me by calling me an e-beggar. Hey, Ancient Derek, when the hotel is finished, I'm going to have flight school. I'm going to do a flight school. I'll be teaching how to fly. And maybe you could come and pay for that course. Ancient dirt is what I call them. So no more questions will be fielded because of the two trolls that trolled me actually for 4 days, buttering me up. You're the best. I love your content. You got great videos. And then they came on and said backstabbing stuff on my channel. No more questions will be. $100 questions only. Take it or leave it. Okay. Let's go throw some plywood down on that roof over there. $100 question. I like the way that even sounds. $100 question. Step right up. Okay. I gotta go get a piece of plywood. $100 questions. Son of a bitches. Wow. Scott. You see how these electronics that you buy nowadays, it only lasts a short period of time. They have a, Scott, I don't know if you're still here. They have a, let me tell you what GoPro did. They got caught. GoPro got caught with this. On the GoPro Hero 2, which I bought, there's a switch on the top, a button. Boom, you press the button. That button is designed to go up and down an exact amount of times and then fail. I think it was called the C10, Charlie 10 button. And they got caught because all the buttons were failing at around the same time, like, 2.5, 3 years. And they got caught. Somebody did, however they got caught. But GoPro got caught installing a button that had a life expectancy of X amount of pushes. And that's what they're doing with a lot of the stuff. The cell phone that I have, that I paid $75,000 for, it has a battery in it. The battery life is 3 years. It's not replaceable, the battery. I didn't know that till after I bought the phone. But why is it not replaceable? It's not replaceable because that's how long the phone is going to last, 3 years. And then you got to buy another one. Had I known that, I would not have bought the phone. I don't care about the quality. I don't care about the pictures. But this Samsung S21 Galaxy 21 Ultra phone has a battery that's designed to last for approximately 3 years. And at this time, the battery's not replaceable. Do you tell me they're not fucking you and me and everybody else? Ah. Okay, so this is the sheet of plywood that's 3/4 of an inch. And then the other 4 underneath that are 1/2 inch. I think I'm going to put a 1/2 inch sheet next. So I'll be taking this top sheet off, and because I am going to have weight up here later on, but I guess it won't make a difference. I'll put like a mud sill on top of the plywood to disperse the weight. So I'm going for a 1/2 inch sheet first. Then I'm going to work in the shade for a couple of hours. Huh. Huh. Oh. Oh. Okay. Everything is hard. Huh. Huh. Okay, unfortunately, I forgot. Well, I brought up. I want to countersink the the hex head screws, and I don't want to use this 3/4 inch paddle bit that I have. So I'm going to go downstairs, and I'm going to bring back up the proper countersink, and I'm going to bring up the charger, and I'm going to straighten out that thing for Scott, if I remember. Okay. So I'll be gone about, well, I'll be gone about 6 minutes. Longer bits, longer screws, countersink, longer screws, countersink, longer screws, Scott, and more wood. Okay, 6 minutes, I'll be back. Ow, son of a bitch, get off of that. Okay. Countersink, longer screws, countersink. Longer screws, countersink. Stop. Water. Water 2 ways. Water in bucket of water. All right. Countersink. First thing. Oh, yeah. Huh. Ah. Huh. One, two, three, four, five. And then in here, three more. One, huh, huh, huh. Two, three, four, huh, huh, huh. Ah, huh, huh, huh. Huh. Yeah. Huh. 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 Uh-oh. Always the last one. Son of a bitch. Again. Ah. Ah. Grind that off. Done with that. Even though show you guys the fucking ass. Hey, Lee, how are you? Lee, thank you. I saw your comment yesterday on the guy's channel. I won't mention his name. Thank you for making sense out of that worthless piece of shit's channel. I mean, derogatory comments towards me. Yeah, I did see that. See how they all all those shit healers, they congregate to one another because they're not, if you'll notice, none of the people that make the negative comments towards me, none of them show you any real content on YouTube. You got the slob, and all he shows you how to do is pick up the right price to pick up prostitutes for 2 or 3 hours or 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 weeks. That's his only content. And they all and the one thing they all have in common is ladyboys. I don't care how you cut it. They all have a connection to ladyboys somehow, especially where you left that comment. That guy, pack of animals. That's what they are. I actually call them that also. I really did appreciate that. And what you'll notice, what you notice if you go back and look, somebody said, I'll turn the camera. Somebody said, now this is twice yesterday and 3 times the day before. Somebody said to that type of person, those 2 people specifically that I just talked about, specifically they said, why don't you go after Fazio directly? And the slob said, he after a 12-minute diatribe tearing him apart for being a piece of low-life blogger. After 11 and a half minutes of turpitudinal dialogue, I mean, I turned him into an absolutely disgraceful human being. His response was, oh, Fazio's just jealous that I make $6,500 a month. But no comeback like, wait till I go see Fazio. Because he said he was coming to see me, but he don't want no part of that. He wants to he wants to forget that he said that. And the other guy, he said he's coming to my house to throw $50 at me and I could suck his Komasikiyama. Now, you saw the comment that the guy said, why don't you give Fazio that same offer? And what was his response? His response was, oh, you mean the guy with the low view counts? Not the guy who's going to grab him by the ears. Not the guy who wants to go meet him. Not the guy that's been asking him to meet me to make a viral video for 4 months. Not that guy. The guy who has the low view counts. See how they detract? And you see how the people on their channels let them detract from the truth. They know the truth, like that piece of shit blogger. Well, there's a lot of them, but one specific woman who's absolutely worthless, Harriet. She said in another comment, Fazio is jealous of the slob. Now, this is a woman speaking. Fazio is jealous of the slob because the slob gets a new piece of meat 3 times a week. Really? So, for those people, I would just ask you, would you let your daughter date the slob now, today? Would you let her date the slob? Not 40 years ago when he was young, or 30 years ago. Would you let your sister date the slob? Would you let anybody in your family date the slob, knowing that the slob just slept with 30 women in the last 4 months and 7,000 men have their germs inside those women? Hey, Scott. Okay, your wrench worked. I had to go downstairs. Okay, Scott, I understand. So Lee stuck up for me on that little sissy from Subic Bay's channel yesterday, and somebody said, why don't you give Fazio, see the little sissy from Subic Bay, somehow him and Chris Wren got into it. And the little sissy from Subic Bay wants to go meet Chris Wren. Well, why is he so happy to go meet Chris Wren when I've been asking him for 4 months to meet me? Why won't he meet me? Why does he want to meet Chris Wren? Because I don't know. Got to be a reason, right? Okay. So, thank you, Lee. So again, Lee said, why don't you make Fazio the same offer to go see him? And the little sissy from Subic Bay, he said, oh, you mean the guy with the low view counts? He instead of saying that what he was, I'll go see Fazio and I'll throw $50 at him and I'll make him suck my Kumasikiyama. Instead of saying what he said and backing it up with a little spine, he detracted, and everybody on his channel let him get away with that. Everybody except Lee, 73. So thank you very much. They are fake news, says Scott Del Fuego. Plowmaster, I'll answer that question. Shell Creek, well, Shell Creek. I know there's a Shell Beach right off Floyd Bennett Field. If you came under the bridge, instead of making a left at Floyd Bennett Field, if you went 250 yards to the right, almost center, and then onward, passing Floyd Bennett Field, headed towards Kennedy Airport, there's a bank there in 12 feet of water at high tide, maybe 13 feet of water at high tide. There was a flat there that was great for fluke and flounder. And then just to the left of that and a little bit forward was a sandbar where the seagulls used to take their shells. And that's what we called Shell Beach. And at high tide, it's covered. But at low tide, the seagulls used to drop their shells there, and that would be, you'd catch doormat, fluke, and flounder right on that shoal. My dad used to bring his tugboat around from Manhattan on Saturday night, and we'd go. He parked the tugboat in one of my uncle's houses on Saturday night. He'd come home, bring the tugboat with him, and then we'd all pile on the tugboat. Because you know how flounders and fluke, when you disturb the bottom, the sandy bottom, like when you drop the anchor, the mushroom anchor, how they start moving around for the bait? Well, he would turn, put the tugboat in gear, and the wheels would wash untold millions of gallons of water over the shoal. And we would fill up the boat with doormat, fluke, and flounder in a matter of just under hours. We'd have enough food, fluke, and flounder for the winter. So I don't know if that's the beach you're talking about, but that's what I would call Shell Creek. Shoal Creek, Brighton, and that's not far from Brighton Beach. It's on the way in from Brighton Beach past the Marine Parkway Bridge. That's the only Shell Beach I would know. Ah. I don't know what's going on. I can't see a lot of the comments. I don't know what that number means. Okay. I believe you're correct. Then the location. There's a guy who has 2 garbage truck series, a lot longer than us. Not much, but 50. I do remember. You're talking about Michael Ace Container? There's Michael and Philly Ace. Those are the only 2 guys with a garbage truck business younger than me. Mr. Maggio is, well, he would be in his 80s. And Greco, Mr. Greco, he had a piece of a garbage truck. Greco Concrete had a garbage business, and he would be in his mid-80s. And if you have ever talked to either one of those 2 men, tell them I said hello. They would remember me. I actually dated both their daughters. All right, so I'm going back to work. Thanks for the memories. And I gotta go downstairs and get the charger. And what else was I going downstairs for? Yeah, that Brighton Beach, boy. I remember going to Brighton Beach on a 37-foot ocean racer. Brighton Beach is the only beach. Manhattan Beach, Brighton Beach are the only 2 white sand beaches in the world that women will walk onto the beach with 6-inch pumps. We had to tell them, hey, take the pumps off before you get. We would pull up with a 37-foot 357 Magnum Formula to. You go into Sheephead Bay, into where the fishing boats are. All right, so now you go into Sheephead Bay where the fishing boats are, and then you keep going down till you can't go any further. You're going to see Manhattan Beach Bridge. It's a walk bridge from Randazzo's Clam Bar to Manhattan Beach. It's just a walk bridge, about 10, 11 feet wide. And in the summer, the women get off the trains, and men get off the trains and buses in Manhattan Beach, and they got to walk across this little wooden walk bridge, about 10 or 12 feet wide. And one of my buddies had a Formula, 357 Magnum Formula, had 500 blocks, I think, 550 horse. It went 62 miles an hour, but that's not the point. It was a brand new Formula. I remember that when we bought it. But anyway, you pull up next to the bridge with I don't want to say it. I'd have to change the rating of the channel. But you pull up next to the bridge with a magazine. And somebody would, not me, but I would never do this because I'm shy. But one of the guys would stand on the front of the boat and show the girls the magazine. And they would say, "Can you do this?" And the girl would say, "Yeah, I could do that. Okay, you could come on the boat." The interview was over. And we would fill up, there would probably be 4 of us, sometimes 5. We would fill that boat up with women in about 6 minutes. And then we would take them to, we called it Horseshoe Crab Beach, and there were horseshoe crabs there. And we would have a zip sled, water skis. We'd have a nice chest full of sodas and beers. And, yeah, and they would walk on that bridge with 6-inch pumps. They would walk on the beach with 6-inch pumps. They were trippy, man. That was a trip. The old days. The old days. I have pictures of that somewhere. I gotta go get the charger. Be right back. The charger and what else was I gonna go get? What did I forget? The charger. The air hose. Okay, be right back. Manhattan Beach Bridge. God. We didn't call it that though. We had a special designation for that bridge. We had special names for a lot of stuff back then. One day, I think I'll tell some of those stories. I'll start a new channel for that. Here. Here. Manhattan Bridge. Holy shit. I haven't thought about that in a couple of years. Wow. God. Long time ago. Uh, 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 yeah. Can you do this? Can you do this? If you can do this, you can come on the boat. Come on down. Ah, the price is right. Oh boy, that was a good memory. The price is right. 6-inch pumps are called pleasers. I'm telling you. I really wish we had money. We we had toys, and the problem, uh, the problem was we had too much money. And that I don't know that I could. I don't know that the guy who owned the boat. I don't know if he's still alive, actually. Yeah, the bass were running out there also. That was where the big bass was. Inside was the pumpkin patch pumps. Yeah, they did call them cigarettes, but it was a 357 formula, Magnum formula, made by Formula. Okay, the good old days. CFM shoes, CFM pumps. That I have pictures on my. If you were to Google Michael Fazio's real jobs, I think I have a video up of pictures. And in those pictures is that boat. It's red and black with a gray stripe on the deck. And there's a guy that's going bald walking off the platform of the boat. And you could look it up. I remember we went out to the we went out to the dealership. We first he bought a Corvette, a 19 whatever it was, brand new, 1984, 1983, a brand new Corvette. We had a suitcase. Bought the Corvette, went to the dealership, bought the boat, same day, and we took the boat home. And he ordered pontoons to be put in, to be brought after, to be towed to his house. The boat was $137,000, and the guy said to him, "How do you want to pay for that?" And he just opened up his suitcase. He says, "How much?" Cash, and they gave him a price for $137,000. And like 4 hours later, we were in the boat on our way home, and that was the good old days. Yeah. All right, I'm going back to work. I'll never. That subject could be. We could get into that for multiple days. That subject. Ah, shit. I wish I could have made a video of that stuff. Can you do this? You can't do this? You cannot come on the boat. You have to be able to do this. Can you do this? I can do that. And we had them lined up at the pier, too. We had them lined up along the railing, waiting to see if they could be chosen to come on down. Come on down. Come on down. I feel like Bob Barker. Come on down. Ah. That's one of the reasons why I don't mind working hard now. Well, I always worked hard, but I did a lot of crazy stuff. I had a lot of fun in my life. Not like these guys that are 56 years old and they're first experiencing. Good afternoon. They're first experiencing what it's like to be free men. Not like that, I'll tell you that. 33%. Okay, that I'll get an hour of that. Yeah, there's guys on here that are retired and separated from their wife for the first time in their life. They're allowed to date. Come on down. All right. I'm going to go back to work for about a half an hour. I want to move that jet ski, not towards me, forward 2 feet. Forward 2 feet. So I could get the next layer of vinyl in there. Come on down. Can you do this? Remember those words well. Can you do this? Can you do this? I'm going to change the position of the camera so you could watch a real man laugh and work and work and laugh and laugh and work and work and laugh. God, shit that we used to do. And of course, we have people recording all of this. And the next time I find a girl that I'm interested in, Look at what your boyfriend said. Jealous little bastards. And we all know who they are. The underachievers. The world's greatest underachievers. The missionary men. Okay. Now let's see what we got here. What can I see? Am I going the right way? I'm not even going the right way. Ha! I was going the wrong way. Bob Barker. Come on down. All right. I screwed up with the comments. I'm gonna have to wait till it clears. I'm trying to see what you can see. Because I can't see. I got a little bit of a glare on there. No, Plowmaster, I did not have a Magnum. I had an SR 311 Thunderbird. That was 31 feet 11 inches. The 357 Magnum was 35 feet 7 inches. Cash-filled briefcases. Bob Barker. The chick, that song, Money for Nothing and Chicks Are Free, comes to mind. All right, I lost the ability to see the comments with the glare, but thank you, Plowmaster. I'm gonna go back to work now, I think. Let's see. My next step is to put air in the tires and cut a board that's in front of the left. The left tire has a 3x12 in front of it. It's got to be cut out of there. It's rotted anyway. There's really no way for you to see it. You're just going to have to take my word what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut out a 3x12. Oh boy, it's raining. And it's raining hard. Ah! Okay, it's raining. And it's raining hard. Alright, I could disconnect the camera, which is waterproof. And then I'll put the camera under the boat. And then you'll be able to see. Okay, I could do that. Well, but it is now. Okay, now I can see. See that board there? Under the tire? I'm going to cut out that 3x10. And then I'll release that rope and let the boat come forward 2 feet. Oh, man. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, it's raining good now. Gotta go do something else. It's a storm. It's raining like a son of a gun out here. All right, I'm gonna actually shut this off momentarily. Shit. Ha. Ha. I'm gonna shut it off. It's raining too hard. The machine is soaking wet. Mein Hapon. Kamay trabajo. Libre ligo. Well, the Samsung camera is supposed to be waterproof. We'll be finding that out shortly. Okay, so where are we here? All right, so here's the rain. We got rained out. Unbelievable. It just started coming down like pretty hard. It's not so hard now. But the chainsaw, two things could have happened to the chainsaw. One, the air filter could have got wet and it wouldn't stop because it's flooding out. And the second, yeah, baby, we are in the rain with the Samsung phone. Probably raining. Well, the phone is wet, but it's fresh water. supposed to be good for underwater for half an hour, fresh water. We're underwater, and it's about 5 minutes. And let's hope it doesn't blow apart the front. That would really suck. The blower got wet. The grinder got wet. It came down so hard, everything was wet within 45 seconds anyway. Well, they did say it was going to rain last Friday, last Saturday, last Sunday, last Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and finally rained. 5 days of clear weather, and it finally rained. They're amazing. These weathercasters in every country get paid to lie. They get paid to lie to you. So what you're going to be doing is I'm going to be blowing off this camera. I have a fan on it. I'm going outside to put everything away. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. warm and dries out. And it was in the rain. Big time in the rain too. I'm not talking about, didn't just get a little wet. It got wet. However wet could be. But the phone is supposed to go underwater up to 1 meter in water for half an hour. Pressure. So it was wet for half an hour, but not underwater. 3 or 4 hours, and that gets all the water out of the windings and the armature. John, hello, John. Thanks for stopping by. Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't even tried to call you. Well, I did about 3 days ago, but nothing really new here. Nothing of any great importance. Been working a lot up on the roof, and we had some nice weather to work. It was really, really super hot, which I like. And that's it. There really isn't much new to say. But thanks for stopping by. I saw your comment about only real men chase the world's deadliest snake around. That's true. Most people, when they see those snakes, they want to go in a different direction. The people want to go, like, they panic. The snake is 6 feet away. The snake does not want interaction. They're not aggressive. They don't attack you. Even if you smack the little tail or their head with a stick or something like that, they just swim away. They don't even turn around and attack. I don't do it, but I mean, when I follow them with the GoPro camera, I put the camera right near their head. They don't count. They just want to go someplace else. The only way you ever get bit by them is if they're foraging in the grass and you're above them and they run out of air. They can only stay down about 20 minutes. When they head up to the surface, if you're in their way, if they hit your chest or your forehead, something like that, they just go around. But if they land in the webbing of your finger or your feet, or the tip of your finger, they could bite you. At that point, you could die. You could either die or not die. It's one of those things. They have enough poison to kill 100 men in their bite. 100 men? All right, John. And typically they only put enough poison in to make you sick. But if they give you the full injection, the full amount of poison that they have stored, you have 6 hours to live. That's how long there's no antidote for that. Unless you want me to call you now, John, I'll call you now, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning where you are. I don't think you want me to call you now. Yeah, okay. I'll give you a call in a day, maybe tomorrow. I got a funny story to tell you about New York. Remind me to tell you my New York story. You're gonna get it. People never cease to amaze me. I swear to God, they never cease to amaze me. All right, John, I'll talk with you later. Take a nap yesterday, and I went to sleep after midnight. I got up at 6. I worked out in the sun all day, but when I came home to lay down, I never took a nap. And then I was up this morning at 6 o'clock. So I really didn't get that much sleep, and it was hot. And the rain takes a lot of energy out of your body. When you get older, true. When you get older, the heat, the rain, you can feel it. It just sucks the energy out of your body because your body now wants to my metabolism rate. So I'm getting a little bit sleepy. I think I'm going to say goodbye in a few minutes. I just want to open up my YouTube. I'm going to restart the computer. I did restart the computer. It's opening up. It's opening up. Zoom! Boy, I remember the word Zoom from the 1980s, but it had nothing to do with telephones. How come you don't have a wrench? I don't see how to give you a wrench here. There's something wrong with my computer. It's not showing me the oh, I know, I'm not signed in. I'm going to get you a wrench. That's why I know who I'm talking to. I no longer field comments, especially about the Philippines or construction. Yeah, I no longer answer the comments. I'm not going to do that. Unless they're friends of mine on Patreon, which is not going to happen anymore probably. And, or they send me $100 a question on PayPal. I think that's reasonable. You know, nobody wants to help me pay for my equipment that I put the videos on. You know, I keep telling people I just paid 75,000 pesos for the fucking phone, and you don't want to help me with my expenses. And I need a computer, and I bought two cameras for 80,000 pesos, you know, last year. So, I mean, I spent 150,000 pesos on equipment, and no one wants to help me with the cost of my equipment. Why the fuck should I answer their questions? Why should I take the time of day? Why should I give them the time of day for free? They want now. If you wanted to know the question, like how do you fix a broken switch on a vacuum cleaner? Any fucking idiot would know how to fix a broken switch on a vacuum cleaner. But if you wanted to learn, you can go online and say, ask it. I think the name of the site is Ask It or Ask Me a Question. And you ask the question. And then that question is sent into a cauldron of people that have knowledge. Like, let's say you say, how do I fix a switch on a 1986 Hoover vacuum cleaner? Well, that question will go to Hoover, and then somebody that's an expert on old vacuum cleaners. Askit.com. And you pay $60 for that guy to tell you how to fix the switch. But they want to know how long it took the wood to rot, even though I've told them 100 times. They don't listen, or they didn't see all my live streams. That's not my problem. But you have to pay. When you go to school, you want to learn something, you pay. When you want to watch sports, you pay. When you want to watch basketball specifically or golf, you pay for extra for those channels. When you want to watch the cooking channel, you pay for that. And they want to come to me now, and I'm working. I'm actually physically, and they want me to stop working to answer their questions. Some worthless question that may have been asked 100 times, but to them it's important. If it's important to you, send me $100 for each question, and I'll take the time to answer it. If not, go someplace else. Push the thumbs down and be on your way. I don't care. I never can. I'm never going to care. And they think I'm kidding. So today I had a guy come on, Plowmaster, and he didn't ask me a question about the Philippines or construction, nothing like that. He asked me a question about fishing in Jamaica Bay, and the question that he asked me about fishing in Jamaica Bay, any fishermen on the way to the Marine Parkway Bridge. I knew where all of them were. If you wanted eels, you went here. If you wanted crabs, you went there. If you wanted flounder and fluke, you went over there. If you wanted lobster, well, you had to go someplace else. But, so he asked me, why can't I still can't do that? I still can't get it. All right, I'm gonna refresh the page. I still can't give you a wrench. Anyway, he asked me about a question about Shell Beach, which is what we called it. I think he called it something a little different. Which is what, wait a second, son, this is not the video. Oh, I know. I can't give you a wrench because I'm on the wrong channel. All right, just change channels, yeah. Ed. Anyway, that was a nice change for a change to talk about something that I did as a child. It kind of brought back good memories. But yeah, so that fishing, that spot where he talked about fishing, I remember as a kid. Oh, we would go out there. That was right where Mary's bait barge would, not exactly where Mary's bait barge was parked, but close to it. And I should have asked him if he remembered Mary's bait barge. But that place was flounder and fluke. That was the place to go. That's where they lived. And my dad would take the tugboat home from the Verrazano Bridge job. I remember I was like only 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 years old, because he worked on that job or in the Hudson River for years. And he would take the tugboat home on Friday or Saturday night, mostly a Saturday night. And we were like 10 or 12 of us, the whole family would get on the boat. The tugboat was like 50 feet long. And the whole family would get on the boat and we'd go fishing for fluke or flounder. And the reason why he took the tugboat home was because the propeller stirred up the bottom. And when you stir up the bottom where there's flounder and fluke, the fish move around. They're looking for the worms. And you have worms on your hook. So they're really looking to go home and have dinner with you. And that's the truth. So we would catch bushel baskets of flounder or fluke. And it was a great fishing spot. It was just a fantastic. And you could go there almost all year. Okay, all right, John. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for stopping by. Good night. Tell the missus I said hello, please. Okay. I'm going to give John that wrench now. Let's try this. There you go. Wow, that was hot. All right, bye-bye. ibuprofen, the breakfast of pain killers. Boy, it's hard to believe, but it takes 30 minutes for it to kick in, but in 30 minutes, the pain subsides a great amount. I wish I had no pain, but these seem to work pretty well. That I can tell you about, the ibuprofen story. So this is how the pills come in the Philippines. They come in these little packages of individual. So you pop them out of the back. So this ibuprofen, 400 milligram, was 5 pesos each, 10 cents locally. But if I bought it in the city 5 months ago in a pharmacy that has since gone out of business, these were 2 pesos each, 4 cents. So the same brand, the same package, the same box, basically the same product. So this in the city they were 2 pesos each, and then 5 months later, locally they're 5 pesos. So they went up 150% in price. Now locally, they just take the price from the city. Even they pay, like in the city, maybe the pharmacists pay 1 peso for these, because they sell them for 2 pesos. They're making money. Well, the locally, these bastards, they go to the same supply houses in the city. They buy them for 1 peso, and they come back and charge 5 pesos, or 2.5 times the price that you could buy them for in the city. This way, you don't have to go to the city to get them, which cost 100 pesos. Now, nobody in the city had ibuprofen. I mean, how does every pharmacy for a 2 or 3 block radius run out of ibuprofen? How does every pharmacy in the city of Tagbilaran, not one has aspirin more than 80 milligrams in size? Not one. Never. And they haven't had 100, 200 milligram aspirins for 3 or 4 years. It's just their way of fucking you. I'm sorry, but you can't tell me for 3 years no pharmacy of all the major name brands can get anything bigger than 80 milligram aspirin. With all the aspirin companies that exist, no. It's just that at 80 milligrams, they can charge you 2 or 3 times the price than if you buy a 200 milligram tablet. In other words, I have 500 milligram aspirins that I bought here in Tagbilaran 6 years ago. I have a package like this in the shed. I think they're 500 milligrams, but either way, I paid 6 pesos each, or 7 pesos. Maybe I paid 7. That's 14 cents. But since then, nobody has anything bigger than 80 milligrams. So they had them, but they don't have them anymore. Those things are, they're in one of my toolboxes. I can take them out one day and show them to you. But yeah, they just can't figure out enough ways. And the people here are poor, and they still want to scratch every cent from every poor person that they can from them. I'll show you one of the biggest thefts in the world here. In the city, this is 60 pesos, $1.20 for this hydrogen peroxide. Locally, it's 180 pesos. They just tripled the price. So in the city, they pay 30 pesos for this. They sell it for 60. And the local place goes to the city, buys it for 30 pesos, and sells it for 6 times what they paid for it. And who are they really raping? They're raping the local people. So about a year ago, an actual pharmacy, this is the local pharmacy that does this. An actual pharmacy, 360, moved into the area. So their price in the city for this is 60 pesos. Their price here, locally, is 60 pesos. They have a computer with a price in it for all 360 pharmacies. The blue bandages, they're 16 pesos in the city, they're 16 pesos here. The ibuprofen, they sell as shit in gel tablets. In order to get the same pain relief from that 200 milligram ibuprofen tablet, you have to take 5 gel tablets. 5, that's a 400 milligram. You have to take 5 200, so you have to take 1,000 milligrams of the gel tablets to equal 1 400 milligram of their 360 ibuprofens. But at least their prices are consistent. And then the fact that I'm the white guy, the prices probably go up anyway. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but it sure seems strange that where the woman wanted 5 pesos for these this week, different woman now, different woman is in the store. So this, yeah, see this? The woman that sold me these 400 milligram ibuprofens a month ago sold them to me for 2 pesos. But she only had a certain amount of tablets. So the next week I went back, these were 5 pesos, different woman. So I think I got the white guy price. I don't know. Maybe they're a different brand and they're 2.5 times the price. I don't know. But from 2 pesos to 5 pesos, same, the power was about the same in them. Anyway, all right, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go cook some rice, take a nap. I'm Big Permy from Michael Fazio in the Philippines, baby. Which means I'm Big Permy. Bye-bye, Michael McFarland. Have a nice day. Thank you for stopping by. But I'm Big Permy means take care always. You know how much I love you all? That's not true. Don't quote me on that. After the let me for those people that are going to come in and maybe miss the middle of this or just coming in now, let me tell you what some 2 pieces of shit bloggers, 2 pieces of shit bloggers. This is what 2 guys did to me this way. Might have even been the same guy. That's why I'm not answering questions from anybody. If I know you and you have a wrench, I'll talk to you. If I know your name for many years and I know who you are, I'll say hello. If you're a Patreon member, of course I'll say hello. But if you're my personal friend that I talk to on the phone, of course I'll say hello. But 2 pieces of shit. I've been here house. I think there's a word missing, Michael. I think there's a word missing from your sentence. I've been here hours. Oh, okay. Well, you, I will always say hello to. You've been my friend for years. And, but if my 2 pieces of shit started pumping me up with compliments, way overboard. You know, it just wasn't normal. And I knew the first guy, Ancient Derek. I knew he was a troll right from the very first comment. I couldn't prove it. But then when I said I'll be swinging the jet ski over from one roof of one container to the other, the piece of shit said, yeah, that'll be the first interesting thing that you have on your channel. like a left-handed compliment. Fuck. You know what you could do with that left-handed compliment? So I knew at that point he was a troll. And then I said, you know what? I knew you were a troll from the beginning. But this guy for 3 days came on the channel and you have great video. And I was actually conversing with the piece of shit. He was really just wasting my time while I was up on the roof working. And he was doing it on purpose to waste my time, to have me and him talk. And then maybe it was that piece of shit. And I gotta tell you, if I ever run across that guy who I call the hemorrhoid in real life, he won't ever blog. He won't ever be an asshole on YouTube again. Ever. I mean, he will seriously think about it if he ever does it again. That guy is a first-class piece of shit. He goes on everybody's channel under 3 or 4 different names and just wastes your time reading his comments. And he may very well have been Ancient Derek. But Ancient Derek trolled me for like 3 days to be my friend, and so did some guy named JX. So now I'm not answering comments from anybody who I don't know. And I don't care if unless you want something specifically answered. I have a PayPal. Send me $100 and I'll answer your question. I think that's reasonable considering all the money I have in equipment and all the time I spend on YouTube. I think I should get paid for my time. I mean, everybody else gets paid. Do you pieces of shit, the commenters that I'm talking about, do you pieces of shit go to work on a Monday and work till Friday and say, well, I'm not going to charge my boss for Thursday and Friday. I'll just give him those 2 days. Well, that's what you want from me. You want me to sit here and talk to you all fucking day, answering stupid questions, but you don't want to pay me for my time, for my knowledge about the Philippines. Then find that information out. Find it out from somebody else. I could name 5 people that pretend or propose or pretend to know about the Philippines. And they have hundreds, thousands of followers, and they don't know a fucking thing about the Philippines. But they're smooth talkers. They're also, in my opinion, low-class scumbags. But I mean, that's what they do. They're smooth talkers. I'm not a smooth talker, but for $100, I'll answer your question. And I'm serious. Don't ask me questions unless I know who you are, or unless you put $100 in my PayPal account. And now I'm the e-beggar. I'm the e-beggar. Oh yeah, that's what that piece of shit Ancient Derek called me, an e-beggar. I said to him, you guys are not supplying me with any kind of fiduciary incentive. I buy equipment, I buy cameras, I buy batteries, I buy chargers, I buy cables, I'm going to buy a new computer. You guys don't help me at all. Don't ask me questions. One guy says, I really care about your leg. Well, if you fucking care about my leg, the next time I go to the doctor, it's going to cost me $60. Put it in my PayPal account. And then he went silent. I don't give a fuck about my leg. You just want to see your name on my channel with your name on my channel in the comments section. That's what's fucked up about you people. It really is. I don't know if you people are high on psychosomatic drugs that are prescribed by doctors. I don't know if you're drunk. I don't know if you have an IQ of 40. I have no idea who you are, and you want me to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. Okay, I'm not kidding now. I gotta go. Thanks, Michael. Have a nice day. Gotta go. I'm being permy, which means take care always. But I don't mean that. I really want to tell you to go F yourself. Or send me $100 and I'll answer your questions. Either way, you people don't support me financially. I don't give a fuck what you want to ask me questions. Ask all the questions you want. I just won't respond to you. Bye-bye.